Welcome to Ace My Exams Learning. Let us get started with today's learning.
Life Orientation Grade 12. Question: define the term labor laws. Labor laws refer to a group of legal rules and workplace regulations that govern the relationship between employees, employers, and labor organizations in order to promote harmonious working relations and labor peace. These laws outline the rights and responsibilities of both employers and employees, helping to discourage unfair treatment and ensure that all parties conduct themselves appropriately to create a positive, fair, and conducive working environment for everyone in the workplace. Question: differentiate between the principles of equity and redress in the workplace. Equity and redress are two important principles that aim to address past inequalities and promote fairness in the workplace, but they serve different purposes. Equity refers to the promotion of fairness, equal opportunity, and representativity in employment by ensuring that designated groups such as women, youth, and people with disabilities are given fair access to jobs and are treated equally. It focuses on creating inclusive workplaces where everyone has the same chance to succeed, regardless of their background. Equity also encourages the redistribution of income and wealth by providing employment to previously disadvantaged individuals, thereby improving their economic status. On the other hand, redress is the process of correcting or fixing unfairness and discrimination that may have occurred in the past. It involves creating opportunities such as skills development, training, or promotion for individuals from designated groups to help them overcome barriers that have prevented their advancement in the workplace. While equity ensures equal treatment, redress takes active steps to correct imbalances by addressing the root causes of inequality. Therefore, equity lays the foundation for fairness, and redress builds on it by taking action to correct historical or ongoing disadvantages. Question: explain why it's important for young workers to have knowledge of labor laws. Young workers need to be knowledgeable about labor laws to navigate the workplace confidently. This knowledge empowers them to recognize unfair practices and know how to respond appropriately. It is important for the following reasons. 1. Awareness of rights. Young workers who have knowledge of labor laws would be more aware of their rights, which may protect them from employers who may abuse them. This awareness allows them to recognize when they are being treated unfairly or when their working conditions or compensation do not meet legal standards. By understanding their rights, they are better equipped to demand fair treatment and avoid being exploited in the workplace. 2. Accountability of employers. With this knowledge, young workers would know if the company's policies may be in contravention with labor laws, enabling them to hold the employer accountable for not adhering to these laws. This empowers them to speak up or take action when they observe unlawful practices, contributing to a more lawful and ethical work environment. 3. Identifying unfair labor practices. They would be able to distinguish between fair and unfair labor practices in the workplace, which may empower them to defend their rights. This skill ensures that they are not easily manipulated or misled by employers and gives them the confidence to question practices that seem unjust or discriminatory. 4. Understanding job contracts. Young workers would understand the terms and conditions of their job contract, which may enable them to make informed decisions about employment agreements. Instead of blindly accepting terms, they can critically evaluate contracts and negotiate where necessary, ensuring that their interests are fully represented. 5. Knowing procedures for violations. They would be familiar with the procedures to follow should their rights be violated, thereby ensuring that they use the correct channels in reporting the violation. Knowing the proper steps helps them act quickly and appropriately when facing issues, increasing the chances of a fair resolution and preventing further harm. 6. Promoting organizational standards. Labor law knowledge enables young workers to ensure that the organization meets the expected standards of the workers, ensuring that there may be improvement in the operations of the organization. When employees are informed, it creates pressure for employers to maintain legal and ethical standards, which benefits the business as a whole. 7. Identifying unsafe conditions. They would be able to identify unsafe working conditions, which may assist them in taking appropriate action to report hazards or unsafe practices to the relevant authorities. This promotes workplace safety and prevents injuries or long-term harm, contributing to a healthier working environment for all. 8. Handling disputes. With knowledge of laws regarding disputes, young workers may therefore be able to take appropriate legal action. This ensures that if they are wronged, they are not left powerless or unaware of how to seek justice. Legal knowledge equips them with tools to protect themselves and others in complex situations. 9. Empowering fellow workers. Informed workers would be able to guide or advise fellow workers on labor relation issues, thereby also empowering them in this regard. This peer support spreads awareness in the workplace, helping to build a strong, informed workforce that can collectively stand up for fair treatment. 10. Recognizing discrimination. Finally, young workers would be able to recognize instances of discrimination, ensuring that these may be addressed to create a more inclusive work environment. By identifying and challenging discriminatory practices, they contribute to a culture of respect, equality, and fairness at work. Question: explain the importance of a job contract for any young worker. A job contract is important for young workers to provide clear guidance and protection in their employment as explained below. 1. Understanding job duties. A job contract enables young workers to know the type or nature of work and the duties they are expected to perform. This is important because it allows them to be certain of what is precisely required from them. Without clarity, a young worker might struggle with confusion or mismatched expectations. By outlining specific roles, the contract ensures that the employee can carry out their tasks with confidence and focus, which supports both personal growth and productivity in the workplace. 2. Clarity on working hours. The contract clearly outlines the number of working days or hours the employee is expected to work during a particular period. This information is crucial so that young workers may know what they are expected to be paid if normal working hours are exceeded. For instance, knowing when overtime applies allows them to monitor their time fairly and claim the appropriate compensation. It also promotes time management and ensures that they are not exploited through excessive or unregulated work hours. 3. Performance expectations. A job contract includes details about the expected level of work that needs to be performed. This allows young workers to understand the quality and quantity of work that will be used to assess their performance. Clear benchmarks give them goals to strive for and help in understanding performance reviews or evaluations. As a result, young workers can track their development and improve based on fair, written expectations rather than vague or shifting standards. 4. Details on salary and benefits. A job contract provides information about benefits, salary, remuneration, leave days, holidays, and other entitlements. This is important so that young workers do not expect benefits that are not provided for in the contract. When these details are clearly stated, it helps avoid misunderstandings and allows workers to plan financially and personally around their earnings and time off. Having this knowledge from the start promotes financial stability and sets realistic expectations. 5. Procedures for grievances. The contract outlines the applicable procedures that must be followed when employees have grievances. This ensures that young workers know how to address issues they may face in the workplace, such as unfair treatment or conflict with a supervisor. Knowing the proper channels for raising concerns provides protection and support, encouraging a more open and safe working environment where problems can be resolved effectively and respectfully. 6. Safe working conditions. Job contracts inform employees about the required working conditions according to the labor law. This allows young workers to avoid being subjected to unhealthy or dangerous working environments. By understanding what conditions are legally acceptable, they can recognize when their rights are being violated and seek the necessary help or intervention. This knowledge protects their well-being and supports long-term job satisfaction and safety. 7. Working hours and punctuality. Contracts clearly state what time young workers are expected to be at work and when the workday ends. This helps them to adhere to the stipulated time and develop strong habits of punctuality and time management. Being consistent with attendance and timekeeping not only benefits the employer, but also supports the employee's reputation and discipline, which are important traits for career advancement. 8. Protection from unfair treatment. A job contract allows young workers to recognize when they are subjected to unfair dismissal, treatment, or harassment. Since the contract states what is permitted or not, it serves as a reference point for fair practices. If a situation arises where their rights are being violated, the contract can be used to challenge or report such treatment, thereby protecting them from exploitation or abuse in the workplace. 9. Confidentiality expectations. The contract also states which information must be kept confidential. This helps young workers understand their responsibility to safeguard sensitive information and ensures they are not coerced into revealing such information. Respecting confidentiality is key to maintaining trust within the workplace and avoiding legal or ethical breaches that could harm the company or the individual. 10. Workplace Code of Conduct. Lastly, a job contract provides details about the expected code of conduct in the workplace. This may assist young workers to uphold the required standards, including ethical and moral codes, in the work environment. Understanding the behavioral expectations helps them integrate professionally and interact respectfully with others, contributing to a positive, cooperative, and values-driven work culture. Question: discuss the benefits that you think a company may gain from employing more young people. Employing more young people can offer numerous advantages to companies in today's fast-paced and competitive business world. One of the primary benefits is that companies may build a more innovative workforce, since young people seem to be more creative in their way of thinking and doing things. They tend to question outdated methods and are often willing to experiment with new approaches, which can lead to the development of unique products, services, or business strategies. Their creativity helps keep the company forward-thinking and responsive to emerging trends. Another important advantage is the ability to establish a dedicated team of young people who would continue to be more technologically savvy, which may help the company remain relevant to the younger generation of clients they may want to attract. Being digital natives, young employees are generally comfortable using new technologies and tools, which is critical in a business environment that increasingly relies on digital communication and operations. Additionally, young workers help businesses stay abreast with current advancements in their particular business field, since people may seem more interested in exploring the latest and smartest ways of doing things. Their curiosity and eagerness to stay informed mean that they often bring fresh insights and cutting-edge knowledge that benefit the company's performance and relevance in its industry. By hiring more young people, a company may also retain its competitive edge against other companies rendering the same services or products. This is because young people seem to be more enthusiastic to do things differently, thereby enabling the company to identify niches in the market. Their drive and fresh perspectives can uncover new opportunities for growth and help distinguish the company from its competitors. Moreover, young employees can help reduce time on prolonged skills development programs or activities, since young people may learn faster, as they may still be in a study mode. Their ability to grasp new information quickly makes them easier and quicker to train, allowing the company to bring them up to speed without lengthy or costly training programs. Companies can also make use of the easiest and most efficient online learning or training platforms, since young people may not struggle to engage in online learning. Their familiarity with digital tools means they can quickly adapt to virtual learning environments, making training more accessible and less resource-intensive. Financially, hiring young people can help companies save money they may have had to spend on huge salaries to experienced employees, as most young people may qualify to earn entry salaries. These lower starting salaries reduce labor costs while still bringing value to the company, especially when the young employees are capable and driven. Lastly, businesses may also save money on retraining of old staff, as younger people may be more knowledgeable regarding the latest technology. Instead of investing heavily in retraining older employees to keep up with modern systems, companies can benefit from young workers who already possess the necessary technical skills.
To access more learning and exam preparation materials, go to www.acemyexams.coza. This link is also in the video description below. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to subscribe and be the first to know when we upload new videos.